Dictation 78 and 80. Sir, I am really grateful to the House for the great interest they took on the finance bill and for the very valuable contribution that members made to the debate. As many as 21 members participated and they made a very valuable contribution extending to over 2 days. In my short reply in 45 minutes, it will not be possible for me to cover all the points raised by the honorable members. If by chance I omit any one of the points raised by them, it is not out of disregard for the valuable contribution made purely because of time. I would particularly like to mention the useful contribution made by honorable members. One of the most valuable suggestions made during the course of the debate was with regard to the manner in which the budget and the finance bill should be dealt with in the House. I entirely agree with my esteemed friend when he said that in the course of the debate in 15 minutes it is not possible to do justice to a budget which deals with rupees 26 crores of expenditure, and that we should consider some method by which a greater scrutiny by Parliament is rendered possible. Sir, I entirely agree with the honorable member's view that it is wrong that the government or the minister concerned does not want a full and a detailed discussion. I have always welcomed questions from members of Parliament because it gives me an opportunity to look into those particular aspects with greater attention and in greater detail. Decisions of the government are taken at various levels and not all of these are made by the minister in charge. Unless all these items are brought to the notice of the government and for the minister, is not always possible to give a personal and direct attention to the problems which are of some importance to the community and to the society. It is entirely up to the opposition to come together and make suggestions for improving the manner in which the finance bill or the budget could be considered. There were again various suggestions in the discussions that have taken place in our parliamentary group. Suggestions have been made that we should resort to the method of standing committees where the items of budget could be referred to for more detailed scrutiny and then their report considered by Parliament. Any suggestion which emanates from the government in this regard would be considered as an attempt on the part of the government to evade a public discussion. But if, on the other hand, the opposition parties do come together and make any concrete suggestions with regard to a deeper and detailed scrutiny of the various items of expenditure, like those of the Department of Industry, Department of Agriculture, the Department of Commerce, Defense, and so on, then the government could be quite ready to consider the suggestions made in this behalf. This is the reply we got. The next point which I would like to deal with so far as the economy is concerned is the growth in the non-developmental expenditure which was made by my esteemed friend. I want to point out that the growth in non-developmental expenditure is not as great as has been made out. I will give the figures. The non-plan expenditure in this year's budget is rupees 15,000 crores. The non-plan expenditure in the previous year was rupees 30,000 crores. So the increase is rupees 2,000 crores. Out of this rupees 2,000 crores, defense takes rupees 600 crores, and I am sure nobody in this house would object to this increase in defense expenditure in the context of the international situation. The steps in relation to the various items like fertilizer export, food and controlled cloth amount to rupees 400 crores. Then the interest charges amount for rupees 500 crores. Then the non-plan assistance to states for regions of drought etc. is rupees 100 crores. The total of these comes to rupees 1600 crores. Thus, the actual increase in the non-plan expenditure is only 300 crores. I would ask this House, is the criticism that there has been a great increase in the non-plan expenditure valid or justified in the face of the figures which I have given? I would like an answer from the honorable members. The next point is deficit. A large number of people have said that my deficit is going to be sky high. Some of them have cajoled me to say what is in my mind. Some of them have taunted me to say what has been in my mind. I can tell you that I am not going to disclose anything. I do not carry my heart in my sleeves. I am not going to disclose what I am going to do about it. You will know as the time comes. The point which I would like to make is that the bearer bonds scheme has not failed. This has yielded as of late rupees 300 crores, that too in spite of the odds against it which had to be faced and got through. I do not want to elaborate on this matter. Had it been allowed to run its course, taking into account rupees 300 crores which have been collected, I have every confidence that not only rupees 1,000 crores but a little more would have been collected. The fact that there has been certain observations which have been made even before the merits of the case were considered has hampered the sale of these bonds. To that extent, it has hampered the economic program of this government. People are very happy, almost in gleeful terms, that it has failed. They do not realize that if the resources are not mobilized through borrowing, then the other alternative is taxation. Would the country bear that heavy dose of taxation? It is a matter for the people of the country to judge for themselves.
अगर आपको हमारा डिक्टेशन अच्छा लगता है, पसंद आता है तो आप हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें, जिससे कि आने वाला नोटिफिकेशन सबसे पहले आपको मिल सके।